For years, Hollywood insiders whispered about the deep-seated tension between two beloved television figures. One, a clean-cut symbol of 1950s American innocence, and the other, a respected figure who quietly harbored an intense dislike that puzzled many. It has now come to light that this long-rumored animosity centered on the late Tony Dow, best known as Wally Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver, was not imagined. In fact, he was truly despised by someone many assumed to be a close colleague. And now, with new revelations emerging, the reason for that bitterness is finally clear, and it's shockingly personal. Tony Dow was, for decades, a fixture of American nostalgia. With his wholesome charm and earnest delivery, he became the golden boy of post-war television, an ideal big brother figure that generations of fans adored. But behind the scenes, not everyone in the business was charmed. Among them was a lesser-known, but influential television writer and producer who worked on early sitcoms and reportedly clashed with Dow during and after his Leave It to Beaver years. Though never publicly named in earlier reports, colleagues now confirm that this individual, whose scripts once helped shape the show's direction, had an enduring grudge against the actor. The roots of the conflict were layered. For one, Dow was seen as being difficult off-camera by some members of the production crew, particularly as he matured into adulthood and wanted more control over his character and career path. While he remained outwardly polite, he reportedly challenged script changes and often pushed back against being typecast. This frustrated writers who were under pressure to maintain the show's tone and pace. He wanted to be more than Wally, one former crew member stated. But that wasn't what the show needed him to be.
Tensions came to a head during
a proposed Leave It to Beaver reunion project in the late 1980s. Dow allegedly rejected several script ideas submitted by the original creative team, insisting on deeper, more serious tones for his character. The producer in question, who had worked on both the original series and its reboot concepts, felt personally insulted. He thought Tony was dismissing the work they'd all done to make him a star, a close friend recounted. From that moment, it was war quiet but deeply bitter. Over time, Dow's later reputation as a sculptor and director softened public perception of him, but the personal resentment from this behind-the-scenes figure reportedly never faded. It wasn't just professional jealousy, it became personal. When Dow, in interviews, made subtle remarks that were interpreted as critiques of the early writing staff's limited vision. For someone who had spent years shaping his television image, these comments were seen as ungrateful. Now, with many of the people involved aging or gone, those who knew the story feel freer to share it. And while the public still sees Tony Dow as the gentle Wally Cleaver, those closest to the industry have long known the truth. Someone truly despised him. And now that the full story has surfaced, the reason is painfully clear. Dow wanted control over his image, his growth, and his creative voice, but not everyone was ready to let him have it.